Okay, good morning and welcome back once again. As I said, we'll start with a new topic today, which is distribution management. Distribution management, is it important? Why do you, as a sales manager, need to learn about distribution management? Well, distribution management is one of the most important topics because this is the topic that gets you the revenue. Unless and until the product, the brand, or the service reaches the consumer, he will not pay. And what ensures that the product, brand, or service reaches the consumer? It is distribution management. And therefore, the sales team is such an integral part of the distribution management because whatever you are selling should reach your consumer in order to close the loop. I think we all learned the importance of distribution management last year when Corona hit the country and suddenly the goods were just not available and we were struggling for even basic necessities. There were those huge lines in front of the grocery stores of the vegetables and fruits and so on and so forth because we wanted the goods, the brands, the products or services. And at that point of time, the distribution management became so crucial. Distribution management is so crucial for any product, brand, or service because why are we making a product, brand, or service? You and I, as marketing people, we are developing a product, a brand, or a service because we want this to be delivered to the consumer. We are not making it to keep it in a locker in a bank. And therefore, distribution management is that route which allows that product, brand, or service on which you have worked so hard to finally reach the consumer, and it's then that the consumer pays. So as I said, it's a set. So it can be, we will be discussing these in detail, but it's a set of interdependent organizations involved in the process of making a product or service available for use. And I love this word, set of interdependent, which is all that business is about. In fact, which is what life is about. There's nothing called I. This manufacturer is as much dependent on the retailer as the retailer is dependent on the manufacturer. The customer is dependent on the retailer. It is not that manufacturer is the king or the customer is the king. Together, they all are running a kingdom. Right? So it's so important that we realize today that businesses run because we are all interdependent on each other. Gone are those days when there was the manufacturer who was the king. So as I always say, legend goes, I have read that people had to wait for a long time, in years, for Bajaj Chetak scooter way back in 1970s, when in India there was a license Raj and there were only a few manufacturers who were allowed to sell a particular product. Maybe at that point of time, the manufacturer was the king. But today, when for every product, there are 1,000 options available. Today, we are all interdependent on each other. Nobody is willing to wait, right? And therefore, it's important that we understand this. Yes, service available for use or consumption. Spend some time reading this and it says it ranks in importance with key internal resources such as manufacturing, research, engineering, so on and so forth. I like this. It says it represents as well a commitment to a set of policies and practices. Yes, very, very important. Distribution management today when it is so competitive. So today when you and I as consumers have so many options, today when you and I as consumers just decide to change our brands very easily, it's distribution system which has become extremely important to ensure that you and I have access to the products, brands or services that we need. When I think of distribution system, I'm especially proud of India because India is an extremely difficult country. be it our size, be it our population. And in order to have a good distribution system in India, it's just amazing if companies are able to do it. This is a very famous case, which I have spoken about a lot in various classes. So what did Unilever do? Unilever redefined the distribution system. For those of you who are not aware of this, they were missing out on the rural population, and my country is still dominated by the rural population. Statistics show that 60-65% of the population is still in rural India. They also have dreams. They also want the same products, brands, and services that you and I want. However, the way they want it, the manner in which they want may be different. What did Unilever do? They redefined the retailer. Who has said that a retailer has to be a brick and mortar store? They had Shakti Ammas, the walking, talking retailer who went from one house to another house to sell the Unilever product. And what did they do? On one hand, they empowered the females of the village. They gave them financial independence. They educated them about the product. And on the other hand, yes, the revenue for the company increased, the reach of the company increased. They reached out to more consumers. What an innovative way to reach out to the consumers. Again, something which happens only in India. Arvind Eye Care System, again, something of which I'm very proud of as an Indian. For those of you who are not aware, you must go and read about Arvind Eye Care. Arvind Eye Care is well known for the cataract operations. And again, how have distribution? What did they do? Distribution of service. So only so many people can come to a hospital. And if you look at their website and if you go to the various videos about Arvind Eye Care, they are catering to, they aren't catering to the upper end of the society. They are catering to the people at the lower end, people at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, only so many can come to a hospital. A hospital has limited space. What did they do? They said, why do you need to come to a hospital? And that's reality also. Most of the time, our disease does not really want us, I mean, it's not that major that we need to go to a hospital. Most of the time, we have something minor which can be easily taken care of. Also, the people that they were looking after, they were people at the bottom of the pyramid. They also deserve a good eye care system. And these people were not really willing to travel from their villages to the hospital. So Arvind started camps. They started opening camps at various villages and at various places. Again, not expensive, and yet they could reach out to people, and only people who had something serious were asked to come to the hospital. If you're not aware, Arvind does not even charge. They only charge from people who are willing to pay, and Arvind is a profitable organization, right? And again, how are they checking people? Use of technology. So whether it is Unilever or whether it is Arvind Eye Care or whether it is distribution management today is another name of technology. So when that Amazon guy comes to our house to deliver a package, I mean, before you come to know on your app or on your email that the product has been delivered the moment it is delivered. In COVID, they are not taking our signatures, but earlier they used to take our digital signatures. So technology has become so important that today we can track the packages on a live basis. We can track the trucks on a live basis. Today we know exactly where the truck is, right? And Arvind, again, what are they doing? We talk about telemedicines now due to Corona. Arvind has been using telemedicines for long with the people in the villages, where technology, we say there's no technology, and they've actually been using technology. Again, I'm very proud of my country when I talk about distribution management. Indian Postal Service, amazing. Go to any village in our country, go to the most remote corner of our country, you will definitely find a post office, you will definitely find a letterbox. What is that? Distribution. Again, amazing. Another thing which I'm very, which if I think we've done a great job, and I hope this opens. Yes, is the vaccine distribution. Now you might say, hey, so many people are still not vaccinated, but let me show you some stats, and I hope this is visible. Look at this in India. Though we are saying this is India, the total doses given is 63 crores, right? It is, yeah, 63 crores. 63 crores. We are the second most populated country in the world, and therefore most probably the percentage is very less. Now let me go to some other country. United States, the total doses given as on date, and this is a live chart, is only 36 crores. We have given 63 crores. Go to some, yes, the percentage over here is more, 62%, but then the number of people we have here is so huge that even with 63 crores, which is near almost the double of 36 crores, we have been able to vaccinate only 36% people. Somewhere else, so let me, yeah. Which other country do you want me to see? Okay, this is not visible over here. Again, 11 crores. So this is Georgia. Any other country you want me to see? I mean, I just compared.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we can't see your screen.
Yeah.
You can't see my screen?
Ma'am,
No,
we can see, but we can't see the stats. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 1 minute. Okay. I want you to see that screen. It's a beautiful screen. I thought you did. Can you see it now? Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a live screen. I just clicked on it and I came over here and look at this. In India, we are saying that we have given as on date 63 crore doses. Yes, we are the second most populated country and therefore the percentage is only 36%. But look at the number, 63 crores. Let me take you to another country, United States. They have given 36 crore doses only, which is less than, which is almost half of what we are showing in India. Because their population is not so much, yes, they've been able to cover 62% of the population. What is this distribution? Again, something which I am very proud of as an Indian, because it is not easy to give 63 crore doses of vaccination. And in spite of all the criticism that is going around, when you look at stats, it shows a different figure. In fact, just today morning, my maid was telling me that they are actually now coming from household to household. And they're asking if you've taken the vaccination. And if you haven't taken the vaccination, they're taking down your name and address and phone number, etc. And then you are receiving an SMS from the government telling you, hey, your slot has been, because these people can't pay. See, you and I, we can go to a private place and pay whatever, 780 or 1,000 and whatever and get vaccinated. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay 800 rupees. So my kaun si disease kahan ki 800 rupees is like my whole household will run for a month. So now the government is doing it for them for free and they receive an OTP and they're supposed to go and get vaccinated. So again, how is this happening? Thanks to the beautiful distribution system. Okay, let me come back to my presentation. My whole idea of showing this to you is to help you understand that in India, when we are talking about, is my screen visible now? Yes.
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
That distribution system in India is something that we can learn so much. We can be so proud of, because the type of barriers that you face here, in spite of that, these companies have done exceedingly well. And these are not the only companies. I mean, there are so many other. Anyone who's been able to be successful in India, one of the major reasons is a good distribution system. Okay, maybe this is not visible and I hope I have a better screen. Look at this. This is Marico. I've taken it from their annual report and I just want you to look at some figures which tell that how distribution system in India is a challenging task and how technology plays an important role. They have 700 plus value chain partners, which means distributors and retailers, etc. They have 5.3 million number of retail outlets reached. My God, 5.3 million. Here in our life, we can't even maintain contact with 2 or 3 people properly. And there in distribution management, you are supposed to have good relationships with 5.3 million retail outlets. Obviously, this is not possible unless and until you have good technology with you. And please believe me when I say this, that when it comes to distribution management, India has the best technology, because we are reaching out to the maximum number of people, and we are reaching out pretty well. They have reached 126 million households. They have reached 58,000 villages. These are huge numbers, and there is no way that a company is surviving by having a bad distribution management. And today, technology is the backbone, which means they have the best of the technology. Okay, so why do we need distribution? Well, we need distribution, the first and foremost, to bridge the spatial discrepancy. Now, what is spatial discrepancy? So, sitting in Chandigarh, I want to buy the car manufactured by Tata Motors in Pune. Thank God distribution is there, because that car manufactured in Pune will bridge the gap and I can buy the car sitting in Chandigarh. Temporal discrepancy. What is temporal discrepancy? I want to buy a car manufactured by Tata Motors in Pune during Ganpati because my culture says it's an auspicious time and I want to buy it at that point of time. Thank God distribution management is there, because you and I can buy the product when we need it, at the time we need. Need for assortment, or maybe first breaking the bulk. Unilever may be making tons of Surf Excel or other products, but you and I, for my house, I just need 1 kg or 2 kg or 5 kg of Surf Excel. Thank God distribution management is there, because it allows me to buy the quantity I need. Need for assortment. Now just think if distribution management was not there and I need Dabur honey, I need Sensodyne toothpaste, and I want to buy Unilever Surf Excel. My God, just imagine if distribution management was not there and these channel members were not there and these retailers were not there, where I could go at one shop and buy all the products under one roof. If these were not there, what would I be doing? I would first go to Dabur to buy honey, then I would go to Unilever to buy Surf Excel, then I would go to Sensodyne to buy the toothpaste. This is pure wastage of time and effort, and time and effort is money. Thank God distribution management is there, because you and I can go to one store and buy everything. Add everything together or multiply, whichever you like, because this results in economic efficiency. Not only this, the distribution management allows the physical flow, title flow, payment flow, and information flow. Now, what is physical flow? Physical flow is obviously the movement of the goods from the manufacturer to the different channel members and finally to the consumer. Thank God distribution management is there. Otherwise, the products would be sitting with the manufacturer only. Maybe you will ask, what's the difference between a physical flow and a title flow? Well, title flow is when you become the owner. So what? So let me explain this to you most probably by this chart. Look at this. In physical flow, you have transporters and warehouse also involved. While in title flow, they are not involved. Okay? Now, why is this? Because one is definitely, because when the physical flow is happening, then you need the transport and you keep it in a warehouse, and that's how it happens. But a very important thing, what if something happens to the product while it's being transported? You claim insurance. Who claims insurance? the owner of the product, brand, or service. And transport and warehouse, therefore, do not figure in the title flow because they are never the owners. The owner will either be a manufacturer or a dealer or a customer, depending on the whatever the agreement. But these are not the owners, and therefore that is why they do not figure in the title flow. Yes, payment flow, the only flow which gets us revenue and which is in the backward direction. While all other flows are in the forward direction, payment flow is in the backward direction, and information flow in both the directions. Because while you need to give information to your customers, you also need a feedback from your customers, because unless and until the information flow happens in both the directions, then you are not doing, you are not really doing what the customer wants. You are not meeting the needs of the customer profitably. So yes, after bridging these gaps, the distribution management helps in the physical flow, title flow, payment flow, and information flow. Because this is how the goods reach us. It's only when the good has a physical flow that I make the payment, I become the owner of the good, and if I want to give any feedback, I give a feedback. And this information flow is not just from the consumer, at every place. So when you and I order a product on Amazon or some other online platform, what is happening? Information is flowing. Product has been ordered. The warehouse comes to know that I have ordered a product. Whether the product is, in fact, when we are ordering, sometimes we get a message, not in stock. Real time, we are getting information now, and I'm like, oh God, this is not in stock. Okay, now I have to think of or search for something else. So information flow is so crucial, because it's only then that we can meet the needs of the customer profitably. And again, how is it happening? Technology. Technology is so important, and I keep saying that India has the best right now when we are talking about distribution management. Obviously, all this results in form utility, place utility, time utility, and possession utility. So I get the goods in the form I want. I get the goods at the place I want. I get the goods at the time I want. And then I am a proud owner of the goods. At this point of time, any question or anything? Before I get into the details of distribution management, because this is just the theory of distribution management. Before I get into the details of distribution management, maybe let me end the class over here and open the house for discussion or doubts or anything. So let me stop the recording. Give me a minute.